Now, your forecast first from KARK4, your weather authority.
Some remnants of Isaac continue to bring areas of moderate to occasionally heavy rain across southeast Arkansas into central Arkansas, now moving into northeast and north central Arkansas. Very little rain across the southwest and northwest parts of the state. The greatest flood threat this evening and early tomorrow morning will be across the middle part of Arkansas from El Dorado up to the Little Rock area out toward Russellville. We do have a tornado watch in effect for parts of Arkansas as well as a flash flood watch. We'll have it all in just a few minutes. KARK4 News at 10 starts now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters. This is KARK4 News at 10.
A wild weather day and night as Tropical Storm Isaac weakens into Tropical Depression Isaac. No doubt turning into a wild weather morning. Very powerful still. Isaac's high wind gusts ripping a hole nearly the length of the River Market Amphitheater tent. Take a look at that. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for choosing KARK4 News tonight. I'm Bob Clausen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Dean joining you from North Little Rock and a very soggy Interstate 40 behind me. We've been standing out in this rain now for, probably about an hour. And I got to tell you, yes, it's just a steady stream of rain. It's the wind gusts that make it so different than really most of the things we see here. They'll kind of just knock you over every once in a while. So that's the thing that's really stood out to me so far. We've seen about 3 to 6 inches of rain statewide. We've seen wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, and that packs a punch. If you're standing outside, you are definitely going to feel that. And with that wind, that leads to power outages. So let's take a look at those right now. We're told 13,000 customers with Entergy across the state are without power right now. Now, that has gone down since we checked at about 8:30. So that's good news for those Entergy customers. For those with Southwest Electric Power, we told about 102 of those customers are out, and North Little Rock Electric is scattered across the state. We have got a team across the state of Arkansas tonight to cover Tropical Depression Isaac. See, there's the wind I was telling you about. We're going to start first with Marcy Manley, who is joining us live from Little Rock. And Marcy, you talk about the wind. It's making a big difference where you are right now.
That's absolutely right, Jessica. We're here on Otter Creek Road. This is Interstate 30 right there. And we have really seen the conditions here in Southwest Little Rock intensify. I mean, the rain is really coming down. Those wind gusts that you mentioned, sometimes I feel like they're about to lift me up off my feet. This is an area that we've talked about torrential downpours. This is an area that overnight could see those. And that's something that first responders are going to be keeping an eye on. I-30 does have a history of flooding. We know that from the past, so it's something that they have to keep in mind. But emergency personnel have really been working throughout the day, running themselves ragged. We've had downed power lines, blown transformers, tossed over trees, all of that creating a situation that they are having to respond to all over the city, from Asher Avenue to Cantrell. There was a section of Ware Street that still remains without power. That's been going on since about 7 p.m. when an oak tree fell over and took out a pretty important power line there. And the reason that they're still sitting without power in some of these sections of the city is because Entergy is trying to race to keep up with the call load.
Oh, they're overloaded. Yeah, my father-in-law, he's going to come stay with us tonight because I told him, I said, there's no way they're going to get here. From all the reports that have been on the news all night, they're so busy everywhere with trees down.
And now we've been listening to emergency scanners throughout the evening, and really fire, police, utility companies, Entergy they've all been on the ground trying to respond to all of these calls as quickly as they can. They've really been on it and at it since, roughly 9 hours now, and it looks like with the conditions here in Southwest Little Rock, at least, that they could be at it into the morning hours. Live in Little Rock, Marcy Manley, KARK4 News.
All right, Marcy, thanks so much. And yeah, a big thank you to all the crews. I saw them starting at like noon today, and they are still out there, still trying to take care of everybody. So a thank you for all of their hard work. The wind has picked up since we've been out here really in the last 5 minutes while we've been talking with you. Let's go back to Keith in the Weather Center. And Keith, can you tell us kind of where we're seeing those wind gusts right now throughout the state?
Well, Jessica, for the most part, the strongest wind gusts are coming in those rain bands that are moving through the area. A lot of times it's just breezy outside, but when you get those bands of heavy rain, that's when the strong gusts pick up, and that's when you're seeing those tree limbs come down on top of power lines, causing areas of power outages. Right now, north and west of Little Rock, we have areas of moderate to occasionally heavy rain moving west of Russellville along I-40 toward Ozark and Fort Smith. To the north and east of Little Rock, areas of heavy rain moving just north of Searcy into northeast parts of Arkansas. We do have another batch of heavy rain moving through Pulaski County on into southern parts of Faulkner and Conway County. An urban and small stream flood advisory in effect for central Pulaski County, including the greater Little Rock area, until 1 o'clock in the morning, just after midnight tonight. Also, more heavy rain continues south of Little Rock. The overall area of low pressure, at least the upper level low associated with Isaac, you could see rotating just to the north of El Dorado. It's moving off to the north-northwest at about 12 miles per hour. So we're going to see rain right on through tomorrow morning. A tornado watch in effect only for Phillips County in far eastern parts of Arkansas until 5 a.m. Flash flood watch in effect for most of Arkansas, including Little Rock, Pine Bluff, Monticello, and Russellville. And that is until 1 a.m. Saturday morning. Your complete forecast coming up in just a little while, Jessica, but it could be a rather rough morning commute with high water in some places.
All right, Keith, thanks so much. We'll check in with you in a moment. And continuing our team coverage tonight, I'm joined by Jonathan Athens. And Jonathan, you and the photographer you were with have been going up and down all around the city of North Little Rock tonight, seeing how this is impacting this town. What did you find while you've been out here?
Oh, we can sum it up for you in one word. Relentless.
There you go.
Relentless wind, relentless rain. It hasn't let up, not even for a minute. It has been constant. You can see right out here, Interstate 40 and 30, the entire highway is drenched. So we headed on down to the riverbank to check out the conditions there. And obviously you can see the effect the wind was having on the river. The waters weren't quite choppy, but they were moving very, very swiftly. And then we also checked around here. We found that there was a tree that went down at 21st and Pike. It took down a power line. Unlike a lot of other parts in central Arkansas, there's not massive outages out here. The North Little Rock Electric Utilities Department tell us that there are scattered outages throughout the city. Crews are working to get them restored. Obviously, this is going to continue, and it probably is going to intensify after midnight as this storm keeps going through this. And Jessica, just to let you know, our intrepid photographer, Josh Morgan, and I, we were up one end to the other of the city. We stopped at a high school football game, Bologna versus Sylvan Hills. This rain did not deter the football players or their fans. Never say die in Arkansas.
Man, that's some dedication, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right,
You know
Jonathan,
it.
thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's head east now to Arkansas County, where Jocelyn Tovar is live in Stuttgart. And they were starting to feel the heavier winds, the heavier rains earlier this afternoon. So I'm interested to check in with you, Jocelyn, to see what you guys are feeling now.
Well, that's right, Jessica. It's probably what you're experiencing right now. A lot of winds and high rains right now. Really nothing like that here. Those heavy rains have died down. It's still raining, but not nearly as substantial as it was earlier. You can see the streets not flooding like they were. Someone actually just rode by recently on a bike. Of course, we don't recommend that, but it still is possible because we really aren't seeing the types of rains we were earlier. Now, take a look at some of the video we did get from those earlier showers. Now, it really started hitting hard earlier this evening, and it, as I said, has let up a little since. Arkansas County officials reporting that there are no major issues here, aside from, of course, this rain. Mostly we saw people in Stuttgart continuing on with their normal day, of course, just trying to stay out of this horrible torrential rain. Again, no issues. We're hearing a lot of outages as far as electricity. We spoke with Arkansas County officials, and again, we're not seeing any of that here, but it was not nearly missed by this storm. Really horrible rains earlier today, but now I think people are just kind of hunkering down, getting ready for the night, hopefully letting up in the morning. We're live in Stuttgart. Jocelyn Tovar, KARK4 News.
All right, Jocelyn, thank you so much. And we want to let you know, as your weather authority, we're going to continue tracking Isaac beginning at 4:30 in the morning. Tomorrow you can wake up with KARK4 Today a little bit early. The whole crew will be there. With an addition, Brittany Johnson will be providing live reports. Again, that begins early tomorrow, a half hour early at 4:30 in the morning. They will make sure you know what you need to know as you maybe take kids to school, commute to work, whatever you might need to do in the morning as that rain continues here in Arkansas. Bob, let's send it back to you.